So when might we use the quadratic formula? Well, first of all, it's to find when something equals 0, but it's when you can't use square roots or factoring. Or let's say you're really bad at factoring. You can use let's say you forgot. Then you could use this instead. The other thing is this. I want you to just draw a couple pictures for me. Keep in mind, it's possible when you do quadratic formula, like the one we just did before, didn't we get 2 solutions? It's possible that you're going to get 2 solutions. But what else is possible? Yeah, and this is going to happen, in a minute you're going to run across one. This is going to happen when we take the square root of a negative number. Remember how that meant no real answers? That means that when we get to this point we would have had like a negative something. That just means there's no x-intercept. And then sometimes you have one x-intercept, and that happens, actually I'll tell you right now, that happens when you get the square root of a 0, because if you add, you remember how you have to do the plus minus? If you add 0 or subtract 0, you're going to get the same answer, so you're going to just get 1. Yeah, that's crazy. Would you flip over the page to page 8, please? And we'll take a look at this next example. Would you move it around so it does?
Oh. Well, I saw it. Thank you.
Yeah, all right, did we add 3x to both sides? Remember the caveat or the warning, there has to be a 0 there. So also, I don't want to write x squared plus 2 plus 3x. What would I rather write? X squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Alrighty guys, what's A then? What's in front? You gotta tell me what's in front. It's always a number. 1. What's B? 3. What's C? 2. Alright, now so you don't have to keep flipping over, let's sing the song again and we'll write it down. X equals negative B plus or minus square root B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Alrighty guys, here we go. X equals, what are we going to write instead of negative B? Negative 3 plus or minus square root. So we're going to write, what's B? 3 squared. I would use a parenthesis so remember when it's negative, because it's going to be at some point. Minus 4 times, what am I going to put here? 4 times 2. All over? Alright, would you please, in your head or with your calculator, calculate that? In your head or with your calculator? But yes, I will. Yes, what'd you get? Did you guys get a 1? Cool. What's the square root of 1? Uh-oh. What's the square root of 1? 1, isn't it? Alright, so we can do this without a calculator. Negative 3 plus 1. Alright, what is negative 3 plus 1? It's negative 2, right? What's negative 2 divided by 2? What's negative 2 divided by 2? What's negative 2 divided by 2? Negative 1, okay. Then I'm going to do negative 3 minus 1 divided by 2. What's negative 3 minus 1? Negative 4. What's negative 4 divided by 2? Hey, these were nice ones, weren't they? Here, I want to show you something. Go back to up here. Could you factor that? What does that factor into? What does this factor into? X plus 1, X plus 2, X plus 1 equals 0. Negative 1. Hey! X plus 2 equals 0. Alright. Do you see what I'm saying? If you didn't realize you could factor it, is quadratic formula still going to work? Yeah. Cool. Let's do number 3. Let's check, is there an equals 0? There is. It doesn't matter that it's on this side. We're doing 3. Okay? I'm going to go back and just make sure I circle these. Those are my solutions. What's A equal to? 2. What's B? Negative 3. C is 4. X equals? Positive 3. Good. Plus or minus square root. Now this is where you need to make sure you put a parentheses when I do, when I do B squared. Negative 3 parentheses squared. Very nice. All over. Good. Okay. Everybody, would you evaluate this expression under the square root for me, please? Raise your hand when you got it. So you kind of got it, or you just you don't you think you got it, you don't want to share. Okay.
That's what we think it is.
We think it is negative 23. Yeah. Okay. So what you're telling me is this is x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of a negative 23, right? Over 4. Hey, what does that mean? No solution, no real number, right? Okay. No real solution. That's what that means. However, if I wanted to find the complex solution, it's not a big deal. How do I write a negative square root? What do I put? An I. Yeah, you just go like this. So if I wanted the complex solution, I'd say 3 plus or minus root 23i over 4. That would be its complex solution. But there's no real solutions. There's no x-intercepts because I cannot take the square root of a negative number and get a real number. Good? Would you guys